Looking for a fun way to win up to 25 times your money this basketball season? Test your skills on Prize Picks, the most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. Just select 2 or more players, pick more or less on their projection for a wide variety of stats, and place your entry. It's as easy as that. If you have the skills, you can turn $10 into $250 with just a few taps. Easy gameplay, quick withdrawals, and injury insurance on your picks are what make Prize Picks the #1 daily fantasy sports app. Ready to test your skills? Join the Prize Picks community of more than 7 million players who have already signed up. Right now, Prize Picks will match your first deposit up to $100. Just visit prizepicks.com/get100 and use code GET100. That's code GET100 at prizepicks.com/get100 for a first deposit matchup to $100. Prize Picks, daily fantasy sports made easy. Looking for a fun way to win up to 25 times your money this football season? Test your skills on Prize Picks, the most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. Just select 2 or more players, pick more or less on their projection for a wide variety of statistics, and place your entry. It's as easy as that. If you have the skills, you can turn $10 into $250 with just a few taps. Easy gameplay, quick withdrawals, and an enormous selection of players and stat options are what make Prize Picks the #1 daily fantasy sports app. Ready to test your skills? Join the Prize Picks community of more than 7 million football fans who have already signed up. Right now, Prize Picks will match your first deposit up to $100. Just visit prizepicks.com/get100 and use code GET100. That's code GET100 at prizepicks.com/get100 for a first deposit matchup to $100. Prize Picks, daily fantasy sports made easy.
Listener discretion is advised.
Last week on Stick Shifts Incorporated.
There's that feeling again. You're Henry Mason.
This conversation isn't over.
We honestly don't care.
That's not true.
Do whatever you have to do, folks. Just don't let them win.
It's about the new AI. A bevy of lawsuits have come in from former employees. Apparently, the voice has caused them major psychological distress. Aren't you concerned?
This company has been under attack since before you were born. I think we'll be alright.
Something is wrong.
Yes! You're not bouncing. I think that is very wrong.
Jules Mason was found dead in her home today, and you're the last person to see her alive.
Now I'm in a forest. He just picked me up and dropped me off without any explanation, like usual. I am losing my mind. Oh, shut up. Okay, I guess I should pick up where I left off. Oh, by the way, I don't need to use a projected screen to access all of this information anymore. That was a real fun development to wake up to. Congratulations, you are a supercomputer. Except, like, half the files are encrypted in a language you don't speak. Have fun! What makes it worse is that I know the trees are listening. I can feel them talking to each other underground, and did you know that plants scream? It's shrill and distracting, and okay, everyone, just shut up. Thank you. Where was I? Oh, right. Last time I left off when the police came to my door. That means this file should be next. We are looking down into a stark interrogation room where I'm waiting to be questioned. You can tell my breath is shallow and shaky. See the beads of perspiration trickling down the nape of my neck. The lights are overly bright, and I remember thinking the second hand of the clock on the wall felt like it ticked a little bit slower every beat. I'd never been in a police station before. Up until then, the worst thing I'd ever done was to return a library book a few days late. Bet I failed that SSI review. Really? That's what was on my mind? Talk about priorities. Oh, someone's coming. A balding man walks in with a serious expression. I'd forgotten how intimidating he was.
Are you Skyler Henderson?
Yes, officer?
Detective.
Sorry, detective.
You can call me Detective Marley. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure meeting you, too?
It shouldn't be. A woman is dead.
Of course, you're right. Sorry.
It's funny how we do that, isn't it?
Die?
Heavens, no. Death is no laughing matter, young man.
Actually, I'm not a man. I'm non-bi...
It's funny how we say all these little things that we don't mean. Like, it's a pleasure to meet you. You've just met the person. How are you supposed to know if it's a pleasure or not?
I don't know.
Exactly. None of us do. And yet we still say it to keep our society moving.
He grabs the back of his chair and aggressively sits down.
In the end, our society is built upon 1,000 tiny little lies.
Okay.
You know what that makes you?
A
liar. I'll listen to your story, but I'm not gonna believe you. It's my job not to believe you. Follow?
Not really.
Just don't expect any sympathy from me, kid. I don't take too kindly to granny killers.
But I didn't kill anybody.
A likely story.
Hey, the police officers who brought me here said that I wasn't a suspect.
Everyone's a suspect.
Even you?
Even me.
And that's the end of the video. I really want to know who edited all of these. Maybe I can convince him to tell me. Oh, looks like this video was taken at the same time. We're back in the main room of my old apartment. Judging by the amps and mics sitting out, I'd say this is right after one of Steve's epic jam sessions. I made a point never to be home for those. They go on for hours and hours and, well, none of them can actually sing. Like, not even a little bit. Whoa, okay. The angle just shifted again. And the whole band's there, sprawled out on the couch. Steve, Tony, and Heather.
This weekend, we're totally gonna blow them out of the water.
Hell yeah. Who, the fish? What fish?
Tony plucks one of the many enamel pins from his cloth guitar case. The one he picked has a bright yellow rubber duck design. He's wiggling his fingers over it and... What? I could have sworn it was a duck, but now it's an orange goldfish? That can't be right. Let me play that again. Yeah, it was a duck. Goldfish. Did he have something in his sleeve? Duck. Fish. He just changed it.
The fish in the water. Man, fish are great.
Seriously? What's your damage, Tony?
No damage. I just really like... What were we talking about? Fish.
Don't get him started.
They just swim. All day.
Uh-huh. Anyway, how's your little special project going so far?
Not bad. Been practicing every night.
Drums?
Fish can't play drums.
Yeah.
Too bad.
Oh.
What? It's a solid plan.
Maybe fish could play little tiny drums if they slapped their fins hard enough.
Oh my Satan, Tony, would you quit it with the fish already?
What's wrong with my plan?
Other than the fact that it doesn't actually do anything?
Skyler is already overworked and overly stressed. People don't make the best decisions when they're stressed. When you add some good old-fashioned sleep deprivation to the recipe, you get entertaining results with minimal effort from me. Perfect.
Sure, but what does that have to do with H&P?
Easy. Skyler's working with H&P now. That's the real reason Monica gave me this assignment. Granted, a living arrangement is less than ideal. Skyler's fine, you know, but that Kobe cat really cramps my style.
I give, Tony. What are you doing?
Writing a fishy rock opera. What else would I be doing?
Explaining to Steve why his plan is total weak sauce.
Hey, my plan's not...
Hold on. Okay. Heather is absolutely right. You're going about this in entirely the wrong way. It's too subtle. doesn't give us enough control. You gotta control the flow, my friend.
Fine. I'm willing to put in slightly more effort, but only slightly, mind you. I've got a reputation to uphold, after all. If you have an idea like that, let's hear it.
I thought you'd never ask.
Okay, that's really uncool. Whoever cut this video is seriously starting to annoy me. What was her plan? I can't believe I ever trusted these people. And why do they think I work for H&P? I don't even know who that is. Come to think of it, those two ladies mentioned that back at the bookstore, too. H&P. Okay, this clip is a continuation of my interrogation. There's a paper cup with water in front of me now, and Detective Marley has brought in some recording equipment. He's fiddling with the knobs and making some final adjustments.
Testing.
He punches a button.
Testing. Good. Are you ready?
I guess.
This is Detective Archibald Marley, case 105568A. The date is...
A familiar woman steps into view. No nonsense attitude, check. Relentless motion, check. That's Vanessa Lewis.
Hold it right there.
Marley punches the stop button.
Who let you in here?
She whips out a business card and hands it to him.
The law. And it is my understanding that my client has yet to be charged for any crime.
No, not yet, but...
And isn't it true that the coroner's initial findings are that of the deceased, Jules Mason, died of natural causes?
Maybe, but the timeline...
Then there is no case here, Detective Marley. My client is free to go.
I am? You're talking about me, right?
Are you not currently an employee of Stick Shift Incorporated, Mix Henderson?
Only part-time.
And was this matter not relating to a person with whom you interacted specifically for Stick Shift Incorporated business?
Well, yeah.
Then you are my client, and you are free to go.
I look so dazed. She walks me out of the room and shuts the door behind us. The camera angle doesn't change, though. All we can see is a thoroughly ruffled Detective Marley gaping like a fish.
Here, take my card in case you ever need me again.
Thanks.
Stick Shift Incorporated, eh? I don't care what that report says. The timelines don't add up. What are you up to, Miss Vanessa Lewis?
Oh, wow. I think he likes her. I did not... Whoa. Okay. Yeah. So, at the time, I was grateful to have an excuse to leave, but watching that video, I'm kicking myself for not asking more questions. Because Marley was onto something. The timelines don't add up.
Why don't more infant formula companies use organic, grass-fed whole milk instead of skim? Why don't more infant formula companies use the latest breast milk science? Why don't more infant formula companies run their own clinical trials? Why don't more infant formula companies use more of the proteins found in breast milk? Why don't more infant formula companies have their own factories instead of outsourcing their manufacturing? We wondered the same thing. So we made ByHeart, an infant formula company on a mission to get a lot closer to the most superfood on the planet, breast milk. Our patented protein blend has more of the important and most abundant proteins actually found in breast milk. We're the first and only U.S.-made formula to use organic, grass-fed whole milk, not skim. We even conducted the largest clinical trial by a new infant formula company in a quarter-century, with clinically proven benefits like easier digestion, less spit up, and softer poops versus a leading infant formula. And we make our own formula in the USA and our very own factories in Iowa, Oregon, and Pennsylvania. ByHeart, a better formula for formula. Learn more at byheart.com.
Hello, it is Ryan, and I was on a flight the other day playing one of my favorite social spin slot games on ChumbaCasino.com. I looked over at the person sitting next to me, and you know what they were doing? They were also playing Chumba Casino. Coincidence? I think not. Everybody's loving having fun with it. Chumba Casino is home to hundreds of casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere, even at 30,000 feet. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com to claim your free welcome bonus. That's ChumbaCasino.com and live the Chumba life.
No purchase necessary. VGW. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.
Here's some audio from just before my release. This is a conversation between the CEO of Stick Shift Incorporated and my manager.
They put the phone down, but I could hear everything.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure. 2 officers came to the door and they took Skyler to the station.
Just what we needed. I'll send someone over to get them out.
And the review?
What review?
The performance review that the police interrupted.
Oh, that. I should say they get a pass this time around, don't you?
Yes, but...
But what?
The only reason I knew they were in trouble is because I happened to be on the phone with them. What about the next time?
There won't be a next time.
But how do we know that?
Because I'll make sure of it.
You'd better. Between this, all the recent accidents, and the near constant computer attacks, I'm not sure I can take much more.
If what I've been told is to be believed, this is just the beginning, unfortunately. The competition is getting desperate.
They've always been a little aggressive, but this is ridiculous. What could possibly make them...
My dear, sweet love, sometimes I forget how much I've sheltered you from the nasty politics of our industry. Maybe it's time that changed. Let's finish this conversation in person. Perhaps over some moussaka.
I could eat.
Oh, I know. You wouldn't still be with me if it weren't for that appetite of yours.
Oh, hush.
So he's the one who sent Vanessa to help me. What I don't get is, why me? Stickshift Incorporated is supposedly a global organization with offices in nearly every nation. So why does the CEO care about what happens to me? And why is his wife my manager? The company isn't native to Canada. They're not even from North America. I'm not sure where they're from. Guess I'll add that to the list of things to research. Here's a video from right after my visit to the police station. We're looking down into my old apartment again, and wow. How did I let it get so dusty? Right. The front door opens, and I trudge through looking like I've seen a ghost. Steve and his friends are sprawled out playing games in the living room.
Oh, hey Skyler, where you been?
Don't really want to talk about it.
Whoa, that bad, hey?
Look, I don't have a lot of time. I'm going to be late for my next gig.
Bummer. I was gonna ask if you could take Heather and Tony home.
Can't.
It's just, they live all the way out in Langley.
Don't do it.
We'd pay you.
Don't take the bait. How much?
$60.
Just say no. What am I saying? I know what happens next. I could, maybe. But Langley's a long way out.
We know. You totally don't have to help us out if you don't want to. It's just that it's already so late and transit is a nightmare and booking a cab can take forever. Besides, I'd much rather have the money going to a friend instead of some evil no-name corporation.
Exactly. And if $60 isn't enough, we could pay you more once we get there.
I'm really only supposed to drive clients on company hours.
We could sit in the back. We'd be totally quiet. You wouldn't even know we were there.
I don't know you two. This job is really new, and I don't want to do anything that could...
Don't worry, Sky Guy. What's the worst that could happen?
I could almost get charged for murder.
What's that?
Nothing. Sure, I can take you folks. Just give me a minute to get changed, and we'll head out. As soon as I turn my back to them, Tony starts twirling that impossible fish pin between his fingers. And then he gives Heather and Steve a look that has evil intentions written all over it. If only I had caught him, had seen that glance, then maybe I would have changed my mind. Maybe I could have avoided everything that happened next, but I never got that chance, did I? This is footage from inside the car.
Unauthorized entry detected. Unauthorized entry detected.
I don't think your car likes us, Skyler.
It's not the car, it's that stupid SSI AI.
Unauthorized entry detected. Employee number 506-533-3333333335.
Calm down, you piece of... Hey, stop that already!
We'd better get out before your car explodes or something.
Sorry about that. I knew having friends in the car was against company policy, but I didn't think that they would be so...
militant about it?
Yeah, that's one way to put it. Guess I can't take you folks back to Langley after all. Shame. I could have used the $60.
Oh well, c'est la vie. Thanks anyway for trying.
Are you two going to be okay getting home?
Sure. We may have to settle for calling a cab, but we'll live.
Or we could spend the night with Steve.
I like the way you think.
Okay, well, if you don't mind, I'm already kind of late.
Don't let us stop you. Have fun ferrying around all those lost souls tonight, my friend.
I'll try.
Your employee file has been flagged for review.
Of course it has. Just tell me where we're going, please.
You have been assigned to pick up Jason Cumberland at 101081 Burrard Street.
The hospital. Great. Let's go. I'm not sure how exactly those three are involved, but I know they did something to my car, or the AI, or something. Because up to that point, I'd never had any problems picking up passengers. But when I went to pick up Jason, well, I'll tell you about it next week. My oh-so-mysterious benefactor has returned, and he's not looking like he's in a super patient mood, so I've got to go. Maybe next time I'll be reporting from a hot air balloon or something. Oh my God, reporting. That's what this is, isn't it? Guess my journalism degree is coming in handy after all. This is Skyler Henderson reporting live from... Okay, let go. Stop it. You're hurting me. This show was made possible in part by our Kickstarter backers, Apocalypse Cowboy on Twitter, Stephen LaFawn from the Whichever Path podcast, Dwayne Farver, and 1985 the podcast by Cherie Madewell. Special thanks to our muse on Patreon, Olivia. Thank you so much for believing in us. If you'd like to support the show, consider becoming a patron. You can also support the show by rating, subscribing, and sharing with others. Sharing is caring, after all. Sticks Shift Incorporated was written, produced, and set in Vancouver, BC, which is the unceded shared traditional territories of the Coast Salish peoples, including the territories of the Musqueam, Squamish, and Tsleil-Waututh nations. This episode featured the voices of Cass McPhee, Checkov, Frederick S. Gregory, Haley C. McCarthy, Juliana Guttierez, Paul Hikari, Richard Collins, Stewart Moyer, Takudzwa Sharon Kirimi, and Ditrie Marie Bowie. Music for the show was composed by Anthony Luis Sanchez. If you'd like to hear more of his work, visit anthonyluissanchez.com or subscribe to his YouTube channel, Molto Rubato 88. Think you know what will happen next? Tweet us your theories, or hop into our Discord server linked in the show notes. Sticks Shift Incorporated is a Microphones and Monsters production. You can find Sticks Shift Incorporated wherever podcasts are found, or at sticksshift.com. That's sticksshift.com. You can also find other great Microphones and Monsters podcasts at mikesandmonsters.com. That's mikesandmonsters.com. Don't forget to check out our Patreon as well at www.patreon.com/mikesandmonsters. That's patreon.com/mikesandmonsters.
Thank you for riding with Sticks Shift Incorporated, the only truly global riding service.
Hello, it is Ryan, and we could all use an extra bright spot in our day, couldn't we? Just to make up for things like sitting in traffic, doing the dishes, counting your steps, you know, all the mundane stuff. That is why I'm such a big fan of Chumba Casino. Chumba Casino has all your favorite social casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere with daily bonuses. That should brighten your day a little. Actually, a lot. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com. That's ChumbaCasino.com.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.
Okay, round two. Name something that's not boring.
A laundry? Ooh, a book club. Computer solitaire, huh?
Ah, sorry. We were looking for Chumba Casino. That's right. ChumbaCasino.com has over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com.
No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.